You're listening to the And I Quote podcast, brought to you by Coterie Insurance. And I Quote is hosted by Ann Boger, VP of Scaling,
and Brian Thomas, Director of Claims Experience. We're bringing you conversations with insurance agents, brokers, leaders, and small business owners. Each episode will dive into the importance of building relationships within the insurance industry.
Relationships are the foundation of building a trustworthy connection. Together, we can learn from other stories and experiences.
So let's jump right into the episode.
And I quote.
Hi, my name is Paige, and I'm usually behind the scenes of these episodes. And I wanted to first say thank you for listening to the And I Quote podcast. And secondly, I wanted to give this episode a little intro because we had some issues with the audio and visual of the opening of this episode. Today, you're going to hear Ann Boger sit down with Rachelle Cobarriubias, who is an insurance broker at MEA Associates Inc. Insurance Services. Rachelle discusses the importance of building relationships with clients, which is on par with the And I Quote podcast theme. Her positive energy and attitude is contagious, so I hope you enjoy this episode.
Rachelle, tell me a little bit about your experience working with Coterie, because I'm really excited to hear what you've been doing specifically with our agency group lately.
It's been great. I've been a part of the collaborative, and I've been working for Coterie for about a year now. And it's been a great experience. I feel like the amount of time, the technology that everybody has put into Coterie, hands down, is probably the best platform I have, along with my team. We have been utilizing Coterie as our number one go-to for all of our clients. And, from the start, from the beginning, when I started with Coterie, I was shocked on how easy it is to bind with Coterie. The amount of time that I can talk to a client, like a prospect, just from talking to them, gathering business information, asking them what their goals are, educating them on their coverages, just talking to them. And by the end of that conversation, have a quote for them is amazing, because they are also taken back, because I'm probably not the first person they called to get a quote, right? I'm probably a referral that came from another client who had experienced the amount of time that we can put into it is just, it's easy, it's simple. And people don't have a lot of time, right? People always need something fast, or they always call you when they need you, I should say, right? And the experience we've had with the simple bind has been far, amazing.
Awesome. And can you tell me a little bit about your agency and the kinds of clients that you're serving?
Of course, so a little bit about myself, right? We're out here in, Southern California, and like I mentioned, I'm actually licensed in multiple states. We have agents that are not only in California, but in Texas and other states as well. And what we do when we service our clients is that we go ahead and help a lot in our community. And we also go ahead and reach out on panelists just like this, where I have the opportunity to really engage with different partners and be able to share what we do as an agency and be a referral partner for their companies as well. So again, with Coterie being able to service and issue policies right away, we've been highly recommended, right? Because the amount of credibility that we can rely on Coterie, because it's not just the platform, it's the amount of people behind the scenes, the amount of support we get behind the company. And for me, I want to make sure that I engage with companies that have that type of support.
Yeah, it's so funny. I was just in a conversation yesterday talking about how the insurance industry is changing, and some people are scared of things becoming more digital and more automated, and what's the role of the agent anymore. And from what you said was just so beautiful, because you're able to spend more time with your customers and your clients talking about the things about their business that matter to them. and less time, doing paperwork. Um,
Absolutely.
and has
Absolutely.
that, you feel that that is shifting your business in a good way?
It is. I've been doing this for over 25 years, which I'll probably age myself, right? But I grew up in this industry. I came from a great mentor, my mom, and she actually owned an agency for over 30 years, 30 plus
Wow.
years. So that's a lifetime in the industry, right? And coming from back when I started with her, oh my God, I remember having to do paper applications or typewriters, right?
Yep.
And that's how we used to process things and send off the triplicate. I don't remember if you guys know, but remember those triplicates where you would write and then you would have to go ahead and perforate, and the copies would stay with you, and we would have folders, and then the application would have to go to the company just to put it on a monthly bill.
Right.
And the digital age, like Coterie, I can bind a policy in 10 minutes. And it's funny because I do share this information with, my mentor, my mom, and she's like, it blows her away, like how much the technology has changed from when we started back, in the 90s till now. And it was funny because technology is great because back then we used to have to use the Thomas guide, right, to go to clients, and we would always get lost, right? Here we don't even have to beat traffic anymore. We just could just pop on a Zoom with a
Yep.
client, basically do virtual inspections, talk to them, and we don't have to really do that commute. That's why I feel, even more so now with, especially with my agency and the growth, Coteries really helped me with being able to, get marketing, get my retention better. The growth of my company has been, even more so for the last 2 years, and a lot of people with the pandemic, it took a toll on their company, but not me. I've been able to
Mhm.
actually have the opportunity for a year now working with Coterie to really engage in a lot of businesses, and to save, not only the save the time, but also save the rate. You guys have amazing rates as well. So
Oh,
yeah,
that's
definitely
great.
a huge change in technology, and it's evolved for the better. I love technology.
Well, I feel like technology is only as good as how you use it. And
Hmm.
one of the things I enjoy is really seeing how technology can evolve and platforms can evolve based on the feedback of the people who use them, right? Some companies are famous for how well they are at understanding what their users need and then building in those features. And you've been a huge asset to Coterie as it's growing in terms of giving your feedback and being part of a group of agents engaged in that process of how should the technology grow and change. Can you talk a little bit about what that experience has been like for you?
I can't thank them enough for bringing me on that collaborative, because not a lot of companies will invite you to share your aspect of how a platform should look, or how a coding process should take, or how renewals need to be processed. And I really love that they let agents engage in that process, because if you don't do that, agents aren't going to be able to sell what you guys can offer. And when you get your agents, especially, and it doesn't matter how much you've sold, but the amount of time you put into the platform, me quoting, I mean, I know I've worked with so many people from the beginning till now, and I mean, I love being able to be a part of it, because I like to see what's new. I love to see what I can offer that's new, not only to my clients, but to my team. And I love the analytics part. They send me my analytics of who's engaged. I'm kind of, I'm one of those people that love to see, like, what a part of my team has engaged in the platform? What do they need also from Coterie that I can go ahead and bring back to the collaborative, so that way they can go ahead and also hear their voices as well. So
Mm,
I really think that when they did that collaborative, it really helped not only just myself, my clients, but my team as well, to be able to hear what we need as agents and clients.
if somebody was listening who's a little less ready to just jump into something that's so automated or feels so fast, and is it legit? Like, what questions might they have? What would be your advice on adopting a new platform or a new technology for an agency?
Yeah, it's great. I really enjoy helping people, and that's really what it is, right? You're really helping people, working with amazing people like Coterie, and the opportunity to really help in so many different ways. And so for myself, I love the flexibility, right? I love being my own boss. I love being able to manage my time and being flexible about being a mom and being a business
Yeah.
owner, right? And Coterie gives me the ability to take my time and use it effectively, because I'm not sitting behind a desk writing thousands of applications for one client. I have the ability to quote something quicker, being able to engage with my clients quicker, jump on and bind a policy quicker, which gives me a lot more time for my flexibility to not only, I mean, I work a lot. Don't get me wrong. I do. I work a lot. But the amount of time that I can use efficiently to be able to be proactive on other things, to be able to produce more because of the amount of time that I can really use to issue a policy or even service a policy. So it's great. I feel that the amount of time that I can use to issue is again, helping myself within I mean, again, my personal time and my
Yeah.
productivity. And I tell a lot of agents, that I onboard too, right? I let them know, the amount of time with Coterie, showing them, because I have to go ahead and help them train. But again, you guys have an amazing team that trains my agents too. But the ease of it, they're onboarded just right away. They're already engaged right away and ready, really eager to sell right away. So that's,
Mhm.
again, they're, just showing them that process really is is completely different than other companies.
Uh, you mentioned your own being your own boss and having control of your own time or being flexible about it. Um, is that what you love most about running your agency? Is that flexibility, or is there something else that sort of drives your passion?
Again, what drives my passion is being the business owner, but also helping a lot of my clients, through tragedies, or helping them with their claims and the most difficult times that they have, and really encountering what they can budget within their cost. A lot of companies in the last 2 years had a lot of financial loss, and really having Coterie with an amazing, not just amazing platform, but that the rates really help their business save and be more cost effective. And that's my most rewarding part of my job, is to really a lot to help a lot of companies, families, business owners. I am a business owner, so I really utilize how I would take my business and how I would also go ahead and mirror that to somebody else that's also starting up. I've been doing this for a long time, and it's hard to start up, especially, I just, do food trucks and catering. They're just starting up again,
Yeah,
it's hard to do that, and especially in a time with inflation, it's really hard. So being able to help them, you know, get rates at a competitive amount, it's resourceful for a lot of my clients.
I love that. Well, I want to thank you so much for taking time to come on to the And I Quote podcast. It's been such a delight to meet you, Rachel. We really just met today because we were doing this podcast pretty quickly. I know you've worked with so many of my colleagues, so I was just really looking forward to meeting you. If there was one piece of advice you were going to give the other agency owners out there who might be listening, what one piece of advice is sort of top of mind for you right now?
I really feel like the advice I would give to them is to really engage with the company. They have the best interest in you. Again, I can't thank you guys enough. They will be invaluable to your growth, to your retention, and to your marketing. They have the ability to really engage. And so I've just told a fellow 30-year boomer that information, and she took that, and she's been in the industry longer than me, and she's not a newbie, and she is onboarded, and so it's really for everybody. It's not somebody for that just started in the industry. This platform is really designed for agents that aren't just new. It's just the agents that have already been in the industry for so long that need some type of refreshing platform. I always say it refreshing because it's that great. It's just like a fresh of breath air to be able to work with you guys. So I think that being able to have a company that can help you and support you that way is what I would actually go ahead and give to them as advice.
Oh, I love that. Thank you so much. So many kind words for the work we're doing here at Coterie. Rachel, I know you're a busy woman running an office, so thank you again, and
Thank you.
I'm glad we're going to stay in touch.
Of course. Thank you so much for your time. Have a great day.
Thank you for listening to And I Quote, a podcast focusing on telling the stories of agents, brokers, partners, and small business owners.
We hope you take away something from every episode you listen to and can build onto your strength of connecting with your audience and forming that trusting relationship.
And I Quote is brought to you by Coterie Insurance. Coterie is available across the nation and is creating a product that brings our partners speed, simplicity, and service. Through our new Simply Bind experience on the Coterie dashboard, you can get a quote by answering 2 questions.
And seriously, we will do the rest for you because relationships matter. Take a look at our show notes for more information and news.